Right, we should be live. Let's quickly announce that on our Discord channel. All right, everyone seems to be here. Stream is live, and yeah, welcome to the bonus IDC, bonus IDC 8. And for this bonus tournament, we had a voting, and we decided to go for a mono tournament, and we had a voting about whether to include multicolor cards or not. So if you, for example, decide to play water, you can also play all the multicolor cards like Miraculous Plague, Bloom Urcus, Tajimal, and so on, which happen to also be blue. But it was decided that we wanted to stay true to the monocolor tournament, and so no multicolor cards were allowed. And as always, Cloud Alpha has provided us with the decks that were being played, and to no surprise, we have a lot of water decks. We didn't have any restrictions on water. We had a monocolor tournament on the webcam server earlier, where we restricted like Hulkus and Coral to 2, so just some consistency hits, because some people believe that mono water is not the best monocolor deck, but yeah, they are not correct. We have like 4 water decks in the top 5. 3 of them made top 4. Also had some more down the line, also a lot of like mono darkness decks. We only had like 1 mono nature and 1 mono fire deck. These 2 are typically the weakest colors in the monocolor deck environment, because mono fire and mono nature just lose to mono light with a lot of blockers in there, and mono light with the restrictions on water made the top 2 spots in the webcam tournament. So yeah, logically Monolight won the other monocolor tournament. And a lot of mono darkness decks, which are in my opinion just bait. I don't think mono darkness is better than mono water. Mono darkness has a pretty good matchup against mono light, so maybe some people thought more people would bring light. And then you just play Purple Piercer and Photosight in mono darkness and just auto win the matchup. But then you just have trouble against all the other decks. Mono Fire is interesting when you play like all the speed attackers, and then you have 4 Volcanic Arrows, 4 Camel Missile, 4 Rikabu for all the blockers in light. Also with Mono Water, we see like Beatdown and mid-range. Not sure what that means. Maybe Beatdown means it's Crystal Spin Slicer. So Mono Fire with like the Command Missile on Crystal Spin Slicer is also pretty good. And if Mono Fire dodges like Aqua Surfer, then this might be a win for Mono Fire, but we will see. Luckily for Mono Fire, there wasn't that many Mono Light decks. Also, I think against Mono Nature you have the speed attackers. Nature doesn't. Only like through some clunky evolution stuff. And if you open like Deadly Fighter Bracklaw, then yeah, you're in a pretty good spot. And yeah, let's see if Water has like the Surfer and shields. Maybe have some Aqua Guards like Emerald, set the Surfer. Yeah, so we will watch all of the games. We have the Mono Water Mirror match, and then we have Water versus Fire. So let's quickly announce to everyone, like, we are already in semi-final. Let's hop onto OCTGN. Let's see if they already created their rooms. Let's join here and here. Alright, that's like empty here. Yeah. Alright, what the hell? Like the Well, when I think of Monofire, I think of like Deadly Fetterbackler, Cook Pollon, um, yeah, Recabo Screwdriver, Recabo Dismantler, Magnus, Volcanic Arrows, Common Missile, these kind of stuff. But this is something new. It's like, I mean, I could understand maybe some Valdios stuff with Mini Titanget is like good 2-drop, but this one is interesting. There's also a possibility to build like fire control, mid-range control-ish. Where you go like with Blizzard of Spears, maybe some Seeing Waves, like Burst Shot, like all the defensive stuff, and then on the high end, maybe some Balmedius, Berserker Zeal stuff, Volcano Charger to ramp. Because normally mono is a bit slower than like normal format. But yeah. Let's also hop onto the other game. Yeah, there's a Dismantler. But no play. So not a good start here for Mono Fire. And yeah, Aquaguard's sitting strong here. I would definitely not evolve the Aquaguard into Spin Slicer if he has it. Yeah. Charging Hulkus means he has another Hulkus in hand. No sets, so no clunky Surf in hand. No Spiral Gate maybe. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, Claude is knowing like everything. He has his information, his it's like the British Romanian British spy, so he knows everything. Everyone is playing. Yeah, and that's the problem when you go with like a lower curve. Just like one Angler Cluster 6k is blocking the Spin Slicer with 5k. And then you have some awkward like 2-drops like we see here. And I think when I would build Mono Water, I would build it like in the same way where I go for like the value plays with like Coil, like 4 Coil, for Surfer, for Emerald, like 2 Angler Cluster, maybe 3, 4 Hookers obviously, um, 2 or 3 Malfolk, so all the good stuff basically. Maybe some Spiral Gate Unicorn Fish for tempo plays, but with this setup you just outgrind, outvalue pretty much every deck. And yeah, just really sad the Wickaboos Screwdriver into like Aqua Guard. And that's a problem like Mono Fire and also like Mono Nature has. Just like one lower Giga, one Aqua Guard is basically game over. And that's not a place you want to be. He decides to go in, which is interesting here. Maybe I would have wanted to hold Hulkers back because Hyper Spin Warrior will just kill it, and then you have to make an awkward trade with Emerald here. Not sure. I mean, you can also decide to block the attack from Utsuzor with like Aqua Guard, and then Screwdriver can kill Emerald, but then Hulkers can kill the Utsuzor. Maybe, yeah, this is a good play. But here just like Mana Charge and Seeing Wave looks pretty strong. And this Jabba the Hutt, whatever, should be like a Searing Wave. But yeah, looking at the curve, it's like a lower curve here from the Mono Fire deck. But here's Searing Wave, and now it's getting interesting here. Do you attack? I think you do. Because without attacking, you are not generating any shields, so yeah. And this one is most certainly a shield trigger, so you could play around it by attacking it last, maybe. But now Themable needs like, I don't know, 2 creatures, and what is this? Maybe he's playing some Transmogrify engine with like the Aqua Strummer and King Tsunami. Transmogrify here also as some sort of defensive card. Maybe good against Mono Darkness with a lot of spells. Yeah, Lucky Ball also nice here. And Mario just spamming the board, and the next Aqua Twixter will trigger like the Wave Strike ability. Now 5 mana, Coral comes down, you Coral loop a bunch of times, and then your creatures are just bigger. Yeah. But still, without any ability to tap like the opponent's creatures to get rid of them. Yeah, it's still. Now here Atari needs like another 2-drop, break 2 shields, and then go like speed attacker or double speed attacker. I mean, when Mario is top decking Paladin, he has like lethal on board, bouncing like the blocker, evolving the Aqua Guard, and this is this fine? The Magnus, I mean, no, what is he should have played like a stationary threat that doesn't get bounced. Yeah, this was basically like 3 mana do nothing. I wonder what the other 3 cards were, and wait, yeah. I mean, what are the other 2 cards? Are they like double Magnus or what? Like, does he have 3 Magnus in hand? Because otherwise just play like a stationary threat and then you are just winning the game. Oh, he's going in now. That's why he bounced the Hulkers, but still, why would you give him the draw? Yeah, now you can bounce like a blocker, I would say. You should bounce a blocker. Yeah, I would give him like Aqua Vehicle, the opponent, but because he most likely has like 3 drop, 2 drop anyway. Hmm. Oh, he bounced the blocker and now. Oi, 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 oi. I mean, if you have like Aqua Guard into Crystal Spin Slice or pretty much any evolution, then you can play around like 1 trigger. But at this point, I would just like start clearing these creatures here. Especially if you have another Trickster, you can tap like the best play would be like charge mana, play Aqua Trickster, tap Emerald, play Aqua Guard, play Crystal Spin Slice, and then you clear 4 creatures and attack the shields. Meanwhile, on the left side, the Mabel thinking for so long here, knowing he's in a dire situation. He basically needs a blocker. There's a blocker. Yeah, now the problem was, why didn't you play a stationary threat? Then this would have been game over. I mean, if you play like Double Magnus now, which you obviously have because you played Magnus last turn and then didn't attack with it, so you should have another speed attacker in hand. So charge mana, double Magnus, GG. Otherwise, just misplay. I mean, worst case, Rikaboo kills the Spin Slicer, um, Magnus trades into Lucky Ball, and then you play another threat. But why are you thinking for so long? It's like, don't you have like double Magnus in hand? Why did you play Magnus with, I mean, I really wonder what the last 2 cards were in hand last turn. And here's the Aqua Trickster, which is, yeah, which now triggers. Oh, he, he tapped the Emerald, and yeah, that's the play. No, it was the Aqua Guard. No, you don't need the blocker. Hmm. I mean, maybe he wants to be extra safe, but I mean, the advantage is when the Crystal Spin Slicer gets bounced back, you can re-trigger the Aqua Trickster again. So next turn, double Angler Cluster comes down. So um, yeah, and all your creatures are only like 1k and 1 Aqua Surface. You can't really trade profitably. So I think on Mario's part, I would have just gone for game with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. You play around 1 shield trigger and then just hope the other 4s are blank. And got already shown like a Spiral Gate and a Surfer here. Yeah, I mean, I think you should have thought like before attacking. Meanwhile, left side Hiwatawi still thinking like, What the hell, man? What are your cards in hand? Yeah, yeah. I think you should kill the Aqua Hulkers too. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't really care about another Merfolk. The game is over in the next 1 or 2 turns anyway. Um, so you really care about like Crystal Paladin coming down on Hulkers maybe to bounce like your Spin Slicer and Aqua Guard. Yeah, and this is I like just attack with like these first and yeah, now you also attack here, yeah. Yeah, looking good here for Mario. I mean, the best play would be double Angler Cluster and Aqua Guard here. Then it's not looking so good for Mario because double Angler Cluster Aqua Guard and then you kill the 2 Tricksters here and hope the opponent doesn't have a Paladin. And here's Screwdriver, like why didn't you play it like last turn where you played Magnus into nothing? Not sure. Ooh, common. What? What is this play? Okay. I mean, so last turn he had Command Missile and something in hand. Play for Unicorn. He's basically back to where he was, and now you don't attack. And why didn't you attack with the Screwdriver last turn? I mean, sure, there's a Surfer, but then the worst that could happen is like he has Hulkus into Paladin, but one Paladin down here, and now you could have just played Magnus for game. I mean, last turn, just tap your Screwdriver to kill the Spin Slicer, keep the missile in hand, and play Magnus to kill the last shield. And then you still have Command Missile in hand for when the opponent plays like Aqua Guard and then Magnus Speed Attacker for game. I think Iwatari found the only line that could lose him this game. Which is pretty funny. Oh, and Claude played an Emerald, so the last shield was not a shield trigger here. Just interesting. Yeah, like what the hell, man? And now you attack into, and now your own shield trigger doesn't save you. What the hell? Yeah, I think in the last, not this turn, but the 2 turns before, there needed to be like some exact line where you didn't set up for lethal and you found them. You basically thought for so long and found the worst line for you. You're supposed to win, not lose. I mean, it's like oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, this was not a good game. Now let's see. Meanwhile, on The right side. Yeah, just like one Spiral Gate, Unicorn Fish, Koal, Surfer wins the game here for Mario. Heads up play, trying to draw into Spiral Gate here. Or like another Aqua Trickster, I think. There should be one left. Yeah. Mm. Oh yeah, that's the win anyway. Yeah, true. 3 attackers, 2, yeah, lot. So like in a monocolor tournament, um, there is like more to the board plays, so more creatures being played normally, and then you have to do some combat math, like if I attack now, how can my opponent like counterattack? How can um, I lose to which shield triggers? Like how many are gone? Um, are there any speed attackers? Whatever. So yeah, and in like the normal TCG format, there's more like what do you have in deck? What does the opponent have in deck? What could he have in hand? Does he have a discard spell? Does he have Lost Soul or not? Like, um, yeah, doesn't revolve around like both players having a lot of creatures on board and then just calculating what the best attacks are normally. It's interesting that Mario decided to play like the Aqua Vehicle instead of Emerald. So even if you don't set like a shield trigger, first of all, you can set something that you don't need at the moment. And second of all, you can like juke the opponent into thinking that obviously the shield he set with Emerald is a Surfer or like a Spiral Gate. But then you risk um, getting like a Spiral Gate or a Surfer out of the shield you put back into your hand. Fists of Forever. Now again, awkward situation. I would attack with Rikaboo and don't attack with Otsuzol, but maybe if you have more speed attackers, you can attack with both, yeah. And maybe the Aqua's Trama play was better than the Hulkus because you will get like a lot of cards anyway, so the one random card um, doesn't matter that much, and just like looking at the top 5 and finding like your Unicorn Fish or your Aqua Guard or something that you really need. Crystal Lancer. Interesting. I mean, this is against like what? Some monolite stuff. But then Paladin should be better anyway. Yeah, now the best play would be like Rikaboo Screwdriver here. And yeah. Do you have the Snip Striker also in hand? Comet Missile. Hmm. Naked Lucky Ball feels bad, but sometimes you have to do that. Yeah, now Coral comes down, bounces the Lucky Ball again, yeah. I mean, Claude basically lost to like Surfer and Spiral Gate in the shield, while there was like a Surfer gun and maybe another Surfer in the last shield set with Emeralds, so now, basically when Hiwatari has like a speed attacker, same situation as like last game, just attack for the last shield. And again, from Claude Alpha's part, he's playing like the value engine, Coral, Merfolk. And yeah. Now this time it's looking better. Mario doesn't have a board, or that huge of a board he had like last game. Charging Emerald is interesting here. Another Coral. Meanwhile, on the left side, Hiwatari trying to find the only line that loses him the game again. Pretty, maybe premature attack here from Claude, I would say. I think playing the longer game definitely favors him at the moment. But yeah, Spiral Gate doesn't do anything at the moment. I mean, you can bounce like the Angler cluster, but that doesn't stop like the Call and the Hulkus to attack. And yeah, bouncing like pretty much any other creature feels like so bad. Yeah. Yeah, now I like the not attacking further. You know the opponent stop taking Lucky Ball. And next turn you can just like replay the Angler cluster and like one or two other creatures. I don't like this play again. Oh, he's attacking, okay. Spiral Gate bouncing it, okay. Maybe I would have. Why did you not go for game here? I mean, either way, it's like fine, but I mean, you have like 4 shields, you have like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers. Yeah, I mean, better safe than sorry, I guess. Yeah. I mean, you basically have to hope last shield arrows. You play. Mm, yeah, just your screwdriver, your Magnus, try to kill Emerald, Aquaguard blocks, and then hope last shield is arrows. And obviously, you attack with Spin Slicer first because of Comet Missile. So 1-1 on the right side. Ooh, early Spin Slicer here. Yeah. I would have gone for like the winning play with and hoping last shield as volcanic arrows, because this way, how do you win? Like you need 3 attackers to get through the last shield surfer. So triple speed attacker is not coming anyway soon. Lens has mega in this format, why? Do you care about like the attack power? Oh, he attacked. What the hell? No. What? He attacked. What if this was like Brett's cutter and then the opponent just goes charge mana, Magnus, Comet Missile, Aquaguard, and then you lose? Hmm. But yeah, maybe you don't have like an Evo or something. Now let's see the what's the name? Give it a speed attacker. What's the a supersonic jetpack? Oh. I mean this works also. 4 mana, no, sad. Big Breacher is relevant, yeah, maybe. I think only like Darkness can really remove creatures regardless of the power. Like Fire cares about power removal, power-based removal. Light also, because you need to tap the creature and then kill it somehow. So yeah, I can see like power really mattering, as we saw earlier with like Angler Cluster. Um, but against Light, I would argue that Paladin is better than Crystal Dancer most of the time. But against Dark, not sure why power matters against Dark when we said that there's like Hopeless Vortex, Terrapid, and so that doesn't really care about power, but maybe just like the immediate double breaker, speed attacker matters. So I can see it like as a one-off, but yeah. Just a Naked Emerald feels really bad here, and Brain Serum is some newfound card from Claude that he played in like Idle Hurricane, but I don't think it fits here in the mono water section. More aggression here. Brain Serum could be worse for Mario, but could be better also. And now it's funny, if you want to evolve the Aqua Guard into Paladin, then your Spin Slicer will get bounced too, which is pretty nice interaction. Yeah, if Claude just plays like, I don't know, Blocker, or just like Coral. I mean, Coral is not enough here. Coral onto Aqua Vehicle, no. Because Dust Shield Surfer will bounce Spin Slicer that, but then comes back like again next turn as like a 2-card Magnus Speed Attacker that stays on board. Whatever. Or 5 mana, a 5k Rikubu Dismantler. I think you still bounce the Spin Slicer here, yeah. Because you don't really want to draw the Aqua Guard again without a Spin Slicer, but now you have to. And I think I would stack it in a way that you can immediately evolve your Aqua Guard into the Spin Slicer. So with this order, I think Spin Slicer is on top. Because first Aqua Guard and then Spin Slicer on top. So yeah, what do you evolve? Do you evolve the Aqua Guard or the Aqua Vehicle? Maybe you just take a break, and if you have like Lucky Ball, you charge him when I play Lucky Ball. Then the opponent needs to remove or play a blocker, one of your creatures. Oh, Unicorn Fish. You bounce the Aqua Guard. Hmm. Then you attack the last shield, I would say. Do you? Or do you wait until like you have enough to play around like the last shield surfer? Not sure, because Claude has to attack at some point, and then you basically, if you have a shield trigger, you can win. Yeah, you can also bounce the Emerald because like better than last shield surfer. Or you assume that the shield is a blank could also be a possibility. Didn't pay attention when exactly Claude set up this shield. Definitely don't bounce Coral. I think yeah, either Emerald or Aqua Guard, but maybe I like bouncing Aqua Guard and then attacking with the vehicle. And then basically your opponent needs to remove like your creatures. He knows you have um, the instant evolution, like next card Mario is drawing is Aqua Guard, and then you can play Aqua Guard Spin Slicer. So you need to put back a blocker again. You need to remove the Unicorn Fish, and also obviously the Aqua Vehicle. I think you just bounce the Aqua Guard and attack with the vehicle, then Server comes down and bounces. Yeah, maybe the Aqua Guard here. Peeking at the shield. What? There's no way you don't use the shield trigger ability. Or maybe it's Transmogrify. Yeah, I think you just bounce like the Aqua Guard, and then next turn, I don't know, you play the Aqua Guard back and a Coral onto Unicorn Fish, kill the vehicle, and that's it. But yeah, being down to 0 shields is yeah. Yeah, now in this situation, like hmm, Crystal Spin Slicer could be better than Paladin here, but the opponent is having blockers coming down, so yeah. Oh, it's Spiral Gate. It's even better for Mario than the Aqua Surfer. Bouncing Unicorn Fish. Spin Slicer being charged. I mean, you can't. No, you can't. I mean, even Coral onto the Aqua Guard, it's still like the instant evolution is coming down, so you need to play like Coil and Aqua Guard at least. Yeah. I mean, this is basically the same situation as like spiral gating the Aqua Guard and coiling the unicorn fish. Doesn't matter the order, so. Oh, yeah, and he has to attack at some point. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think setting up now for. Yeah, I think. Yeah. I mean, the Spin Slicer charge is really interesting here. I mean, you have 4 other cards in hand. Because next turn you could just like evolve your Aqua Guard into the Spin Slicer even if it gets bounced. Then you just play Aqua Guard Spin Slicer and then you basically win. Maybe you have another one in hand and that's why you charge it. Because every other of the 4 cards doesn't really matter next turn because this game is ending. Yeah, now you basically have to calculate a bit. Next turn Unicorn Fish and Aqua Guard is coming down, so you and then you maybe want to play around like one more shield trigger. So you need 4 attacks to end the game. Around one blocker you need 5 attacks. Yeah, das also. And then one of your attackers gets bounced. So 5 attacks with 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures. So yeah, the Crystal Lancer would be like really helpful. And I really hope Claude has another one in hand. Otherwise this would have been like a misplay. And oh, risky stuff. All right. And also the opponent being only on 5 mana now, there is no double Aqua Guard, double Spin Slicer. So definitely attacking now was the correct choice. And I really hope Claude Alpha has like the another Crystal Lancer in hand. So yeah, if he has it, then the game is over. Unless it's like double shield trick and last 2 shields. And here Mario can just play um, Aqua Guard and Unicorn Fish and bounce an Emerald, for example. Yeah. Now let's see if Claude has the Spin Slice, the Crystal Lancer. Which he should have, yeah. Yeah, now double shield trigger doesn't even help. GG. GG. Alright. So 2-1. So Claude and Mabel in finals. And third place match Mario versus Yuatari. Alright. but like basically the same stuff would have been like the double break would have been true for like the Paladin. So Paladin or Lancer wouldn't have made a difference here. Evolve your Aqua Guard into Paladin, bounce the opponent's blocker, and then break, break, break. Because if there would have been like, yeah, because basically the Aqua Guard is blocking one of the other creatures anyway, so one less shield is getting broken. And with Lancer, two shields are getting broken, Paladin only one, but the one shield less being broken by Paladin makes up the fact that the other opponent's blocker gets bounced back to the hand, so basically no difference there. And maybe you could argue the single break is better then because um, you can see if the first shield you break is a shield trigger or not. Spiral Gate onto a blocker. Interesting. Not sure if this is the play. Maybe I would have waited for the opponent to evolve it into the Spin Slice and then bounce it. You get a card and then basically you skip the opponent's next turn when he replays it, but now it's like basically the same situation as last turn, but you wasted your Spiral Gate. I'm not sure if prematurely bouncing an Aqua Guard is good, but oh well. Especially when you're going first. I mean, if you go second, then you have like the one more card in hand and then you can bounce it. But yeah. So how this game is turning out is like basically both players trying to fish for their value cards like Aqua Hulkus, Coil, Merfolk, and so on. And since Claude is playing like the more value oriented build, that should favor him. But Themable has like the kidney shot of like Aqua Strummer into Transmogrify for the King Tsunami play. And now we have like I think a even faster version from Mario against Mono Fire Rush than Themable has. So Mono Fire won the die roll, which is pretty good. Let's see Coel coming down. Yeah. Yeah, and Mono Water has like problems like any 3k or 2k creatures even because Emerald, Aqua Vehicle, Aqua Trickster, Unicorn Fish all 1k. So Magma Rex and Mono Fire would be pretty huge. Bouncing Coral. What the hell? Why would you give him the Coral back? What? 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 Huh? Like, huh? What is going on? Why? Why? What? Just bounce the Engler cluster or whatever. You basically give the opponent like a card. Like, oh, thank you. I gladly will replay the Coral too. Huh. Not the best decision here. Ooh, Aquaguard and Spin Slicer. Yeah, and that's, yeah. So Rikaboo just, yeah, dealing with, like, if he has, like, volcanic arrows, then also the Screwdriver will survive. I mean, on one hand, Mario's playing, like, a faster version, which is, like, good against Mono Fire. At least the aggro version. But on the other hand, like, the Spin Slicer is just really bad. Let's see if he has Comet Missile now, so the Screwdriver will survive. Oh, it will survive anyway. Lol, because Aquaguard can't attack. Huh? So why did you evolve like the Trickster into the Spin Slicer and not your Aquaguard? Hmm. And wait, what is this play? You suicide attack with like Unicorn Fish? And then... What is going on? Plans ruined. What plan? Like even if you would have gotten like the attack through a Spin Slicer, like not, and then like... Hmm. Hmm. Oh, you had Paladin, so yeah. Then it didn't matter what you get. What got bounced back, what got evolved onto the Spin Slicer. And Claude again killing like the Hulkers and then deciding to attack. Like when you decide to attack, just attack with the Lancer too. Like the double break is so much more like valuable now than like the Surfer here. The Hulkers. Hmm. No mana charge here. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Pretty fast play. And now I think you just attack again at least once because Lancer can just double break next turn. Yeah, Sparrowcat doesn't matter really. Yeah, bouncing Coil again. I wouldn't have attacked anyway because of Lancer double break. Snip Striker Bullraiser again, interesting. It will never attack again this game. So with 2 cards left in hand. Hmm. Yeah, and just so sad the Spin Slicer against the Angler cluster. But maybe from Iwatari we will... Oh no, he's on 3 mana. I thought if there was like Seeing Wave, then the Snip Striker could attack again. Yeah, Aqua Guard, Lancer, double, GG. Both needed to be triggers. Peeking at the shields when you won the game is basically like when you play like poker and then you are folding like when the flop comes and then show the turn and show the river. And then you are every time you are just like I shouldn't have folded, or good thing I folded. And it's not like hmm. I mean, you shouldn't base your decisions on like what could have come, but yeah. Otsuzol here can try to kill. Yeah, vehicle. I think you just block here with Aqua Guard. Because the worst thing that could happen is like last shield volcanic arrows here from the mono fire deck, and 2 arrows are already gone, so yeah, pretty easy block here. Again, spiral gating the Aqua Guard. Hmm. Maybe it's better than no play, but and he charged like 2 Merfolk, so maybe a third Merfolk is in his hand, because I wouldn't have charged it when you have Emerald. Hmm. Oh, I don't like this play here from Mario. I would have attacked for game, because now charge mana, Seeing Wave, break your last shield, and suddenly you are losing. And here's the third Merfolk, so you have a fourth one in hand? Unlucky. Yeah, I don't like this play at all. I would have gone for game here. Just like attack with these 4. Just last shield arrows is pretty unlikely here. Yeah, sad start here for Claude. And now just like, yes, oh, no steering wave here. Oh, going for the last shield is interesting here. Because now even last shield arrows doesn't help you. I would have killed the paladin here. Hmm. Maybe you have like a Magma Rex somewhere. And now being at 3 shields means Lucky Ball is live from the opponent. And you attack with the Spin Slicer first to play around Volcanic Arrows. So mistake. Yeah, he wants to play around Magma Rex, but we didn't see the Magma Rex in like, yeah, any game. For the kind. Yeah, Claude's opening hand was just like, I don't know, 3 Merfolks, a Surfer, Spiral Gate, or something like that. What do you bounce even? I would have bounced the Aqua Guard, because it will just block anyway, yeah. Mm. I mean, no. If you bounce the Aqua Guard, then you just lose. I mean, you lose anyway. Mm. I mean, there's a decision to Spiral Gate the Bullraiser. You lose one more shield, but you lose the shield anyway next turn when Bullraiser attacks. So Curl Alpha thinking means he has a better opening hand. Pretty much all of his cards are good and he don't want to charge any of them. And this early attack here I don't really like. Because giving Mono Fire more cards to the point where he gets to play double speed attacker is scary. And Snip Striker can just kill like the Emerald now. Yeah, Cloud Alpha decided to not play the Aqua Guard turn 1. Which is good, I think, being on the play. Oh, he drew another one. Oh, he's attacking the shields. No, kill the Emerald. No. Ah, why? I mean, now the opponent is just playing like double 2-drop, is killing your Urzazul, and then your Bullraiser can't attack again. Oh. Okay, he doesn't have. Maybe he does have double 2-drop. Yeah. Uh, now you lose. Uh, and now the Emerald. Okay. Ooh, suffer. What do you bounce? I think you bounce the Paladin. Or do you? Do you want to give him a draw? Hmm. Yeah, I think you bounce the Paladin here. And then when Hulkus attacks, you can kill it with Surfer. Fists of Forever. LOL! The value. The plan all along to keep the Emerald on board to kill it with the Magnus over and over. Also break a shield. I think this was a good opportunity to break into the trigger here, because Magnus gets bounced back anyway, and now you have to play around that. And if you have double speed attacker, now you can't end the game. Oh, and he had Coil for the Paladin, so yeah, then bouncing the hook was maybe, yeah, it was correct, I think. Yeah, again, coming back, I think you should have attacked here last year like Spiral Gate or Surfer. Because again, Magnus gets bound back to the hand anyway, and if you play double speed attacker now, you can't end the game. But I think I'm repeating myself, so yeah. Now best play here for Claude is a Lancer onto Surfer and kill the Spin Slicer. Or just another Kowal onto the Spin Slicer here. Oh, lucky ball Aqua Guard. Pretty good. Yeah, I can see Lancer being like really good here. Yeah, because Lancer now you kill the Spin Slicer and you are fine. The opponent is not playing something like Core Wild, so you don't get punished that hard. And now from Hiwatari's perspective, like Command Missile and Speed Attacker would be nice, or would be the best. Hulkus and now Angler Cluster. So you know the opponent has Paladin in hand, or maybe on top of the deck, and Paladin evolved from or into. No, what was the evolution bait from Paladin? Vehicle. So yeah, 6 mana. Yeah, instant evo comes down. So Angler Cluster doesn't do much at the moment. Like one blocker would be nice to. And now he's attacking, and then the Screwdriver gets bounced. No. I mean, you can decide to block because Aqua Guard will die anyway next turn to Screwdriver unless you have like a Unicorn Fish. Yeah, that's not obvious here. Do you block or not? And from Claude's perspective, like Emerald, set a Surfer, and then Aqua Guard would be best. And start swinging is dangerously because Spin Slicer and also the instant evolution Paladin can just run over his creatures. So yeah, maybe the Crystal Lancer charge on turn 3 was maybe a bit too premature. Yeah, but if you bounce Unicorn Fish, yeah, no, I think it's safe if the opponent has like a Common Missile or something. And now you can even attack. Yeah. And from all the games we've seen, Hiwatari seems to not play like Deadly Fighter Breadclaw. So if you play like a lot of speed attackers, then you should play Deadly Fighter Breadclaw, no? Should be go as fast as possible. Hmm. So let's see if he plays for board, yeah, because no reason to play the Paladin yet. And the order is interesting. Maybe he drew into the Strummer because otherwise I think playing Strummer first and then Holkus would be better. And also on Mabel's part, we didn't see like any Transmogrify, so he's playing King Tsunami, but where is the Transmogrify, I ask? And now with like Crystal Pellet in hand, even playing some blockers doesn't help Claude. So I think the best play from Claude here is just like Aqua Guard into Lancer, kill the Spin Slicer, counterattack, and hope to have a shield trigger. Okay. Cowell would be nice here. Bouncing like Spin Slicer and Hulkus together. Because double Evo is not really possible. Oh, 4 mana. 4 mana. Unicorn? Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Now attack, yeah. Attack more. Hope for no trigger. Oh, Transmogrify. Oh, he didn't set up his deck. Um, oh, attacking is fine. Or if this would have been a Surfer, this would have been game over. Because double Evo into Paladin, and then you have 4 attackers into the 2 shields with 1 trigger. And I think you don't attack anyway from close perspective, so you can afford to bounce a blocker. But bouncing a blocker doesn't matter if you play Paladin. But maybe you don't then? Hmm. Maybe you're really overextending. If the opponent has Seeing Wave, then I mean you should definitely attack the shield here. Ooh. Uh-oh. Seeing Wave. 2 mana. And then 5? Maybe? Maybe not? 5 mana Seeing Wave? Win the game? Oh! Oh. Wah wah wah. No, he draw an evolution. So Paladin or Spin Slice in hand for Mario. What? he discard he discarded his speed attacker from the top of his deck. You would have liked to draw it next turn, but now you have to put it back and shuffle. Iwatari further compromising himself. Like... to the bottom of the deck. Yes. Yeah, so hook us into Paladin and then kill. Then last shield. Oh no! Why did you attack? Now. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, last shield arrows? No. Why did you attack? Oh no. Oh man. Oh. Tough, 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 toughy tough. No. I mean, he top decked. I mean, just don't attack into the surfer. You had the creative and then. No. I mean, the opponent would have played like Trickster into Spin Slicer and had a blocker. But then you can just kill it with like your Screwdriver. And if he doesn't play the blocker, you can attack with Screwdriver, Breadclaw, and Magnus into one shield. Man, oh man. Alright. So what happened on left side? GG. It comes down to this charger. What happened? Use Spiral Gate. Ah, it's GG. So it was basically double trigger or not, which is unlikely. Yeah, Crystal Dancer, now better than Paladin in this situation. Yeah, maybe just the two off like Cloud played. So congratulations to Claude. Winning the monocolor tournament with, who would have guessed, Mono Water. Mono Water being in the top 3. And then, yeah, I mean, one tournament with like 17 people didn't prove enough, but yeah, Mono Water without restrictions, clearly the best monocolor. All right. So 1.5 hour, 2 rounds, pretty good. Let's see. We only have like 5 viewers, but still ask Claude for a quick interview. Doesn't need to be long. All right, let's call him. Hello.
Hello, Spalding.
Ooh, congratulations on your tournament win.
Thank you very much.
Is this your
Finally win a bonus IDC.
yeah, your first one, right?
Yeah.
Nice, nice. And yeah, also I think you won with the best monocolor in the environment.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Basically, yeah, just one light, one nature, one fire, everything else just water and darkness. I was honestly expecting a lot more light decks, to be honest.
Yeah, I think also Mr. Bazat told us before that he was also expecting more light, and then he went with a darkness deck with Purple Pierce and Photosight to counter it. But I think when there are no restrictions, water should be like the color to go.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, yeah.
I sent you the list here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can like talk about that a bit. Like your list was different from others because the others were playing like the Spin Slicer version, and for Mabel also some transmogrify shenanigans in there, which was interesting.
Yeah, so I think he even runs a King Tsunami, from
Yeah.
what I've seen. I don't know
Mm,
how many, maybe one or two copies at most.
yeah, yeah,
I
and
knew I knew most people running water would opt for Spin Slicer, uh, and that's one of the reasons. And the other reason is uh, light decks. I was expecting a lot more light decks with Petrova and untargetables and Mesabana. That's
hmm
also why I didn't run Spin Slicer. So I opted to go for Crystal Lancer, which is just, well, for number one, it's my childhood boss monster I used to run in my mono water back then, and it also just goes over monolites, Mesabana, and all the other stuff. At least most stuff which is boosted by Petrova, he can run over unless you start talking about 4 and 5Ks and above.
mm. I mean, when you are aiming to play that card against light, then I think Crystal Paladin is still better there. But I think most of the time when Crystal Lancer comes down, it can also kill like the opponent's Spin Slicer, for example, or just like trade or favorably trade into other creatures, and you only have to fear like the destroy cards from darkness, and all the others you can basically avoid. Like fire has like power based removal, so Crystal Lancer doesn't die, and light needs to tap your creatures and kill it, which is hard to do against Crystal Lancer. And in the mirror, obviously, when it gets bounced back, like by with Unicorn Fish, it just comes down again. So
He comes back with
yeah,
7 mana Aquaguard.
yeah,
Crystal Lancer is basically a 8K twin cannon that can be blocked, so it's quite
yeah,
nice.
yeah. Yeah, I
Uh,
really,
th-
really like that. Yeah.
this was, for the most part, the list I ran. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Duel Masters GBA games.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in the Duel Masters Shadow of the Code GBA game, this was pretty much the list I ran, minus 3 cards. Like I had 2 Thrush Crawlers instead of 2 Merfolk, and
Mm-hmm.
the second Paladin was a fourth Lancer because in that game, the NPCs don't have a concept for control decks, so
Mm-hmm.
it, blockers with upsides are better in there.
And why did you decide to run Brain Serum over something like Energy Stream?
It's again, it just comes down to the fact that I run it in the Duel Master Shadow of the Code,
Ah, okay,
so I
okay,
was
okay.
feeling a bit nostalgic, but uh, I mean, it can be good out of shield against Fire and Nature, which aren't the best monocolors, but
Mm,
yeah. Uh, uh, Another option would be 2 Lucky Balls in that spot for those times when you can afford to go a bit aggressive early on.
mm, mm.
But Brain Serum or, well, Energy Stream do have their place against Mono Darkness, especially because Mono Darkness, yeah, tends to just want to discard you early on. So having something that just draws you to refill you up is a lot really good against that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean against some like aggressive decks, maybe like two more Unicorn Fish would have been nice or better there, but yeah, I think overall pretty good list, and I also really like the Angler cluster. Maybe a lot of people won't run this creature because from like traditional TCG, it's like, oh, it's like a blocker that doesn't do anything, doesn't evolve into anything. It's not like a good race for like your Merfolk or something. But it's still 3 mana, 6K, blocks the Spin Slicer.
Yeah,
Really
blocks
like
Spin,
it.
Spin Slicer blocks trades with Valdios if anyone somehow runs humans, which is not, I don't think is the best modifier anyway,
Mm, mm,
but it's something, and Bark Whip and all that kind of stuff.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, we really like the angler cluster there in the deck. So yeah, basically a lot of 4 offs here, pretty consistent, and yeah, not sure when I would play like a deck, I would obviously choose water, and I would also opt to go for like this version with like the more um, mid-range oriented.
Mid-range, yeah.
Yeah, because as you said, Spin Slicer, it's good when you see it like on turn two, but there are just a lot of like random things that counter your deck, and then you play against like Mono Fire, and they have like Rikaboo, a Screwdriver, and Common Missile and stuff, and then you are sad, and yeah, so
Yeah, Spin Slicer is just better in the uh, standard IDC DM
yeah,
1 to 12 format because you kind of have to really go quick in that format with all the control decks. You have to try to go under them, and
yeah,
yeah, a mid-range deck like this without discard power doesn't really stand much of a chance in Soul Swap, Sky Sword stuff. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Looks really good, and yeah, I was also wondering, like from gameplay wise, there were some situations where you decided to spiral gate the opponent's Aqua Guard like 2 times or more times, which was
Yeah,
pretty
it was
interesting.
preemptive in case of Spin Slicer just to kind of delay them a bit.
Yeah.
Because I know if they run Spin Slicer, they likely run Lucky Ball, so just
Mm,
preventing those Lucky Balls from coming down earlier is a good idea.
mm,
And I didn't have anything else to do anyway, so I might as well do
yeah.
it just in case.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there was like I think game 3 turn 0 where you thought a bit about charging a mana and then you decided to charge Aqua Guard because maybe you had like two
It
Aqua
was a
Guards in
very,
hand.
very bricky hand. Two Aqua
Ah, okay.
Guards,
Mm,
one Spiral Gate, one Brain Serum, and one Coral.
mm-hmm. I
So I
see.
couldn't really afford to play anything early.
Yeah. Uh, all right. So you faced like a lot of like water mirror matches, I would assume, in your tournament, in your tournament run.
Yeah, let me just open the challenge bracket. Group stage, so Aleber was Mono Darkness Decal, then Mizar was Mono Water Beatdown, Themabal again Mono Water Beatdown. Blazy also ran a Mono Water mid-range version with Crystal
Mm-hmm.
Lancer instead. And Atanamir, he ran a Mono Darkness Handlock with Gigazald and Upheaval.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mainly just Mono Water mirrors and a few Darkness for me.
Yeah. Yeah, and you also won against Mabel in the Swiss in the group stage. So yeah, I think you went like match-wise at least undefeated. Lost some games here and there, but
Yeah, though to be fair against the Mabel, I did get Shield 1 Aqua Surfer.
mm,
Um, the 2 games I won, I got Shield 1 Aqua Surfer, so that definitely helped a lot.
yeah, yeah. All right, yeah, pretty quick top four today, 1.5 hours roughly. So pretty good
Yeah, I
time-wise.
didn't expect it to finish. I mean, I expected like maybe 2.5, but it finished quicker than I thought.
Yeah, because Mono is like usually a bit slower pace-wise. It could be a bit sluggish, like both people, players trading their resources back and forth. And obviously, when there would have been a darkness deck, then this would have been a longer tournament. But luckily, two quick water decks, a fire like aggro deck, not rush, which was like pretty surprising to me. He played a lot of speed attackers, but then no deadly fighter, Breadclaw and stuff. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
Hiwatari.
yeah, yeah.
I thought he played Deadly Fighter.
Oh yeah,
Samabel told
yeah.
me he.
I think I saw one like in the last game, but maybe he's not definitely not playing like four off because then we
Yeah,
would have seen it
that's
earlier.
definitely a mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think when I go for fire, just like play all the fast cards, like all the speed attackers, for common missile, for arrows, and Kukpolon also. We didn't see any of those because Kukpolon is really hard to deal with, like for um,
For
a lot
sure.
of decks. Yeah.
You just have to like keep bouncing it with water or discard it or whatnot.
Mm. Mm.
I want to touch on 2 misplays I've done during the top 4. One against Mario where I didn't count the creatures properly, so I didn't end up crushing Unicorn Fish into a 1k. But it didn't really end up matter because he was in such a good position. Even if I did that in the long term, he would
Mm.
have won that game anyway. But the one that did matter, I think, at least a little bit, was against Themabel, where I charged the Angler Cluster turn 1, and then I was just getting beaten down by a Spin Slicer from turn 2. I could have just charged one of the Emeralds. and
Mm,
just kept it. Because then that Spin Slicer just went uncontested for most of the game.
mm, yeah,
So it would have been nice to have something to wallet.
yeah. All right. I already gave you your role on the Discord, and then I will upload like the standings and the picture. And yeah, you guys in the chat or watching the VOD, please join us in 1 week, the Saturday this time, the 28th of June. There will be the Championship IDC where you will also play, Claude. And yeah, I hope.
Wait. No,
No,
I'm
you?
not in the
Oh,
CIDC.
oh, I thought you were there. Sorry.
No, I
Uh,
was like tied with Mario for like the ninth slot, basically.
oh. Ah, yeah, yeah. 8 points, yeah, and then Themable made it through with like best finish. Ah, I
Yeah,
see, I
I
see.
needed to win IDC 50 to make it for, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Sad, sad, sad. All right, but I guess you will be watching it.
Yeah,
So Sidel.
well, during this last cycle, for most of it, I just tested a lot of the decks in the tournament
Mm,
instead of before the tournament. So yeah, that definitely costed me a bit.
mm, yeah, yeah. I think most of the people when there was like IDC, like a new cycle, and then the first, second tournament, they will test some stuff, test some versions, so some different decks out, and then they will try hard again later in the cycle. But then maybe it
But
is too
you are at
late.
risk of not making CIDC, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you definitely want to make it, you want to bring something you know can kick ass.
Yeah, I think you should do it like the other way around, just like try hard for the first like three
Yeah,
IDCs, and
then
then we
if
are
you yeah, and then if
safe.
you're safe for CIDC, you're basically in it in the first two or something, then you can just come with random like Mr. Baza did. That's what he did it.
Mm,
To be fair, he did bring an experiment deck and he won with it, so
yeah,
yeah.
true. Yeah. So Sidelio will again stream the event on his Twitch. There will be, or there is already an announcement being made like a couple of days ago, but there will also be an announcement again. So make sure to check the huge event out, and yeah, I think that's it
It's
for today.
CIDC, it's on a Saturday this time, right?
Yeah, it's on a Saturday. Yeah, we basically
Yeah.
had a poll against from all the top eight contestants, and hopefully all of the players will also be able to make it because I think Mr. Bazat and Themable has had maybe some issues there, but I hope they will still be able to play. And yeah,
Yeah, unfortunately, I'll be at work on Saturday, but
mm,
I'll be sure to watch the VOD after.
all right, nice. All right, yeah. So congratulations again on your first bonus International Duel Masters Cup win, and yeah,
Very cool.
see you guys again in the battle zone next Saturday. Bye bye.